Hello and welcome to episode 3 of this Let's Play series. We're playing the Age of Decadence. It's been about a week since I have played a game, so I need to go through all these things. All I remember is that we pretty much did not follow our Master Fong instruction and therefore got skip a whole bunch of quests, and we went straight to this big city, and he's adjacent to us. So now we have still have that map quest, we still have the abyss quest, and then we need to talk to the arena and the Helm of Destiny. Okay. So where would the arena be? Here's the arena. Let's go talk to him. Job in the entertainment industry. Well, we are not a fighting character, so let's leave for now. That quest. Okay, that's just that. So for now, let's go ahead and leave the city, I think. I'm gonna go to the fort and see what's going on over here. And I have to get used to talk to these guys. They're not very talkative. How about this guy? Not very talkative either. These just random people. Not much option here. I don't want to talk to him. Let's go to the gate. And let's head out, I think. There's a door here. Let's go to it. Oh, interesting. Walk through the door and there's somebody telling stories. I guess this is an inn. Again, please pause and read this. I'm not going to read all of this out. Okay, so basically he is going to tell stories. Just stay and listen. Look around you, my friends, demanded the old man. The patrons comply, obviously suspecting it's part of some feeble jest. No, not at these four walls, you dolls. Look in the wonder of the glorious city of Madoran. Countless cities and towns, village hamlets have crumbled into dust, all been submerged beneath the waves, or swallowed by the desert sands, but Madoran survives. For 10,000 years, the mighty capital has stood, and for 10,000 years it continues to stand, watching over. I heard the city was 1,000 years old, interrupted Sully, looking at a worker on the ground. And where did you hear that, pray tell? The storyteller seems to grow in stature, looking out at the man with disdain. I was born here. I was my father, and my father's father, and his father before him. So which of us know best, my gritty friend? Now set aside for a while the crackling of geese in the market, which is often mistaken for wisdom, and you will learn something of this city, of all city we're fortunate to go home. Let's keep listening. Madoran was old and wise, already a place of philosophers and statesmen, when the empire was nothing but an upstart kingdom. Yes, there were brawlers, full of strength and bluster, lest us give violence its due. But what would have been there, and without our art, our knowledge, our wisdom? The empire has their legions, my esteemed comrades. there is a limit to what can be accomplished through brutality. Add culture and knowledge to your strength and you have a potent force. The old empire has fallen to dust. A heap of cracked stones where once stood mighty walls. Of ancient Liam, nothing remains but faded diagrams on a handful of minute scrolls. Madoran alone stands, her glory scornful of the passing of mere men, of time and decay, her nobles and lords unfazed by. I come inside to get away from the wind that the bathing a dusty scribe declares. Yes, get to the tail before you crumble away yourself. Not a better effort at. Let's keep listening. I'm getting to the tail, said the old-timer. He smiles still, but his eye tight with anger. I know that such learned folks as yourself must all have heard of this dismal and sorry ruin, the place of terror and woe, commonly named the Abyss. Well, there are not rumors, there are tales, and there's truth. I'll wager a meal that no one here has heard the truth. And you know this truth? Asked the scribe with smirk. I certainly do. The storyteller snaps, for an instant unable to conceal the weary and bitter man he has become. I happened in my travels upon a law master walking alone at the edge of the desert. His apprentice has died on the road the week before, and worse luck, his mule soon after. The lawmaster himself was clinging to life at the barest threat. I share my water with him, the only wealth I had to offer, for I am, as you see, a humble man. And in his gratitude he gifted me his finest scroll, a first-hand account of that poison zone, which history has named Abyss. It was 10 years ago, and the scroll itself is now lost. But luckily for you, my friend, I have committed it entire to the vault of my mind. He taps a finger meaningful on the one temple. Still, 10 years is 10 years, and a few of the details may be mixed up. But a promise is worth your time, and a coin or two besides. It was during the final days of the Great War he begins with a drama, running close to the ridiculous, when earth and sky both were riven with terrible weapons, when catastrophe chased disaster. Entire cities vanished overnight, tens of thousands extinguished like the candle flames swam by the sea. Yes, Madoran was impregnable, for no army could breach her mantle of magic. Any who approached were destroyed without mercy, like ants, treading a bed of hot coals. But her enemies were as clever as they were relentless. One night the city's magi tracked several new stars in the night sky, stars which moved but did not burn out and disappear as they moved more common brothers. They declared this a dark omen and commanded the marionettes and Spire to cast their nets, just as these cursed beacons began to fall into the city. They were too late, however. One star escaped those nets to land in the venerable district of wisdom. There was the time when the sun dawned in dark at night, and the thunder that arose made the gods themselves tremble. When the real sun rose in the east, all could see that the district of wisdom was no more. What was left we now call the Abyss. Sounded like it struck by a nuclear missile. But that is not the end of my story. With that cruel dawn, a strange, misshapen man appeared at the gates. He was haggard and wan, and stumbled as though wounded. His raw power crackled the air around him. When he gestured, the steel gates, 12 feet high, crumbled as if no more than paper in his closed fist. The guards who rushed to meet him bent like reeds in a gale, but from the wind that bowed them, they would never spring back. In that instant, the city was doomed, for this creature wasn't a man at all, but a demon conjured in the unspeakable rituals of her enemies. There was, however, one who dare oppose him, Abu Hassan Ibn Haddad al-Sarabi, first of the Magi. To the lords of the city, all knew him to be doing the good work 1,000 miles from Mandarin. He has somehow appeared in her direst need to stand calmly waiting in the path. The twisted creature sneered at the world's greatest makers, using the familiar form of greeting, an insult to such a powerful man, and asked if he still thirsted for knowledge man was meant to know. Calmly, the Magus replied that his thirst has been quenched a long time ago, and thus his power and that of his seals have grown stronger since our last meeting, as the state of the demons forlorn and directly hosted as tests. The demon had no way to reply to this, but reared up, as to strike him down. To the astonishment of everyone present, including the demon himself, his own limbs refused to obey him. His ribs cracked inwards with a sound like twigs breaking. His legs buckled beneath him, and his eyes turned white, leaving him blind. Sealed in his ruined human form, he was unable to do anything but growl and curse. "What did they do with the demon?" inquired the scribe softly. Sometime during the story, the patron's taunt and grumbling has faded away, and everyone sat on the edge of his chair, fists clenched, wine forgotten. "That detail the scroll did not reveal," said the old man, "but would venture the demon was locked away for eternity in the most impregnable sort of prison or vault. I mean, what else would you do with such a being?" So now we have the option to ask about the name of the demon, what were the Magi working on, and I assume this is just true. It's asked by the name. "It did," said the storyteller. He is befuddled for a moment, so clearly the first person asked him that. "Bazurath? Bazurab?" It was an evil sound like vinegar on the tongue. So asked about what the Magi are working on. The scroll doesn't say. All it can tell you is that the grandest and tallest building in the city was the House Magi. 12 golden towers and silver arches hovering over the city. It is written that the highest pinnacle pierced the clouds, and the lowest catacomb dug deep under the earth, anchoring the tower in place. Can you see now what was lost? He's practically pleading for understanding. When will we ever rebuild its splendor? How? Let's continue with the question here. "That's correct," he nodded. "It was the heart of Mandoran, a place of temples, libraries, and school. Granted, all I saw was an old drawing, but the image left me speechless and filled my heart with sorrow. The Lord Master said that the answer to any question could be found in the District of Wisdom. One knew where to look and whom to ask. Men would come from all over the land to seek out our wisdom. Now the only thing they seek here are the ores." So it's like a vast library? Not wholly inaccurate, he derived pompously, but it's also much more than that. The ancients mined knowledge the way slaves mine ore. The city boasts the best magi, algebraists, topologists, alchemists, engineers, and astronomers. Mandoran had them all in one place. They walked these streets, breathed the same air, gazed upon the same stars. It was a time of wonder. "So what do you know about the gods?" "Old wives' tales," said the old man dismissively. "Men of wisdom wonder war on the gods. That these gods strike me down if I lie." Is this all? We'll get up to that. Interesting. Let's see if our journal update anything about that. Nothing. That's the door to go out. Zoom out a little bit. Let's go to the back alley maybe. That's Innkeeper Cadmos. Let's talk to him. He's a drunken man. It's a really good spear. Let's tell him it's nice spears. So he made me champion of the arena. Cat was always like that when he started drinking. Was he really a champion? Hard to believe, eh? She was seen 10 years ago and was in his prime. Let's not provoke Cadmos. We are not. Is there anyone else that we can talk to or look at or something? There's people. There's the inn. Go this way. Oh, need to pay for the room first. Some very contorted people sleeping over there. Let's just get out. No, that's the inside. I guess that's the city. Leaving the city. Is there anything here? Well, let's leave the city. Okay. So there's the tomb over here. Let's just go to the tomb and see what happened. Okay. Takes a while to find a tomb. If not for campfire, you missed it and gone further south. Only when you came closer, you notice a half-buried entrance in one side of an otherwise unremarkable hill. Somehow you expect more. There's several well-armed men sitting around the campfire. They look at you without any interest, offer you a traditional desert welcome. Water and rest for very weary traveler. What are you heading to? Asked one of the old men. Looking for an old tomb. You found it then? The man looks at you. Yes. Looking for an artifact. There are no artifacts here, said the man. This place is stripped clean long before you were born, stranger. Would you mind if I take a look? Sure, why not? I'll go with you. Okay. Because I don't think we'll be able to kill them very well. So that's the raider. That's the raider. Not sure which way we need to go. Let's go this way. Standing in a small chamber. Hard to tell what role it played in the past, but this more enlightened in this more enlightened practical age is mostly a sleeping hall doubling up as storage. Two crude half walls split the chamber in half, creating a narrow and easily defended entrance point. We probably should not be looking at their stuff. Let's continue on. Quarry branches off here, cleared at the branch cave in a long time ago. That's where Darius is buried. He's outreach now. So that is, zoom out a little bit. There's a stash there. It's probably not a good idea to grab it, but let's save and see what happens. Just look at the stash. Ah, there you go. If you want to expropriate someday, well, so you have to be more certain about it. Let's leave it alone. So this was a buried chamber once, but as Gillies noted, resting in peace has become something of a luxury these days. The occupant of heavy sarcophagus was thrown out a long time ago to spend the rest of his afterlife under the scorching sun. Now the sarcophagus is home to the raider's most prized possession. The rest is kept in boxes, barrels, and chests filling the room. So, but basically this is the camp now. You can try to attack them, but I highly doubt we would be able to do anything about it. Look at journal real quick. Okay, so that is the do we just need to kill all the raiders? Oh, we passed something. Disappointed, you head out thinking that you aren't the first who came here, discovered the cave-in and had to turn back. And then it hits you, misdirection. When you're looking at the cave-in, you aren't looking for Darius' spirit somewhere elsewhere. You stop and look at the walls. You're right, there should be another branch of the main corridor. So examining the walls inch by inch, looking for any sign of hidden passage. The walls are rough and have plenty of cracks, but you're thorough. After hours tracing every crack, suddenly you're looking at a rather well-hidden door. Let's use perception and look for the switch. try strength. Let's try to blow the alchemy. Let's try perception again. Nope. Strength again. Let's just ask the raider to help. The raider quickly line charges against the door and push. At first nothing happened, then the door moves a bit. Encouraged to push even harder, the door slowly gives ancient hinges screeching, and you force him to move and get the door out of your way. Let's go in. You go in first. Well, I don't think we have a choice. Chamber is lit by strange blue light emanating from glowing semi-spheres mounted on the wall. Even though this tomb is crude and was built long after the Empire fell, it's clear that the post-war area has seen an abundance of arcane artifact. This is a sarcophagus. Let's look. It's a heavy old sarcophagus covered with dust. You wipe it off and see rows of symbols carved into the side of the sarcophagus. It seemed to be a mixture of different archaic dialects, a simple language that has evolved into mercenary camps in the south region. The language has an understand due to heavy use of slang and words borrowed from the Elder language and used incorrectly, but you get the gist of it. Okay. The inscription tallies up Darius' life score, measuring it in battles won, people killed, slaves captured, and other equally important accomplishments. It said the gods have honored Darius by giving him a gift, a helmet that offered him a great destiny, and that Darius, who has become a pious man, has pursued his destiny and built a great army for this very purpose. Yes, the destiny was stolen from him, and he died before completing his life work. And fearful of the gods, his men dared not touch a helmet and bury it with Darius, entrusting him to return the helmet to the gods in his afterlife. The text makes a reference to the holy altars that Darius recovered earlier. While chasing his destiny, it looks like his men feared altars even more than they feared a helmet, so they buried them with Darius as well, seemingly a good way of getting rid of anything you don't want. I don't know if we were supposed to touch anything else before we open this, but I think it's a little late now. Keeps your hand to yourself, said Radio. You talked earlier. It's our tomb, in case you have a short memory, so everything belongs to us. He pushed it aside and walks toward the sarcophagus. So we're going to try to use streetwise and charisma. It worked for Lord Galius. He wants a helmet inside the sarcophagus. The rest is yours. You can do the smart thing and hand me the helmet. You can do the dumb thing and keep it. If you keep it, the helmet will drive you mad. If it's a dangerous artifact, and Lord Galius will simply hunt you down until he gets what he wants. Or we can try to get them to touch the altar. So let's do this first. Alright, say ready to take the helmets and get out. Push the lid aside and look inside. You see a mummified corpse wearing a blue steel cuirass and a strange unadorned helmet made of grey metal. His hands are on the pommel of a two-handed sword, completely rusted through. On impulse, you take the helmet and put it on. You don't feel any different, and then the noise comes in. Strangely enough, it's similar to what you hear when you put a seashell to your ear. Then you hear the voice. It's strange and distant. If it's coming over a great distance, it's say one word. Ganazar. It sounds like that demon names. We're not going to be able to kill these, so let's just return. Okay, so we are back in Mandoran. I have to say, this is a really different way of playing a game to me. It's more like a puzzle than it is how I normally would play a game with a lot of slashing and bashing and dying and so on and so forth. Do we go to the fort? I guess the fort is the only place. And we're looking at something. Let's talk to the legionnaire. Oh, that's not the place. So the gate is... Let's just use the map. Can I just go here? We're here, so I guess this is the palace. We just go through this area then. Okay. The fort. Just have slowly walking. Try to see if there's any. Let's look at the broken fountain. No water be had from this fountain. The friends shriek from the arena makes you think blood is a more obtainable commodity in these parts. That sounds rather sad. Let's just see. That's the house. Look at the house. It's a wretched looking house with a damp floor and crude furniture put together from rotten boards, salvaged elsewhere. The inhabitants of the house there, you really defend the whole of their lives. Wow, for a capital city, this looks fallen Miranet. Fallen Merit blocks away, marking the end of the district. The gate still stands, but you can see nothing save for the ruins behind it. As a step closer to temporary occupants of Merit, several baggers resting on filthy straw beds. Give you hard looks, but don't move an inch. So we are... It doesn't say where we are. Might be able to go around this way, I guess. So I assume... that was where we would go through. As you walk down the street, you hear shouts. The angry crowd pursues several men. Chase them to nearby houses, discussing the best way to smoke them out. The lone guard show up and tries to calm his tension without visible success. Let's approach. Burn them! Your red-faced, burly men in dirty tunics pointed at the house. The council shares animosity toward the house inhabitants. Nobody's burning anything in my district, said the guard weakly. He tries to infuse his word with authority, but he isn't eager to risk his life to restore order, which only emboldened the ground. What's going on? It's the nutters, said the guard. Now that all got some numbers behind them, things are starting to get out of control. Earlier they went through the district, shouting, pushing over carts and pissing people out. There was a fight, 3 dead, dozen wounded. The preachers and his cronies all in here, he's done in the house, and now these idiots going to burn them down, half a district of the nutters. The mild breathers who followed these preachers around, eating of every word and asking for more. When they said coming when they started, these preachers were talking crazy, but nobody listened. So what's the harm, right? And then something changed. Suddenly they were drawing crowds. People were repeating their shit like it meant something. And now we have bloody riots in the middle of the day. So what preachers? As the mayor went nuts and started talking about God, some people took it upon themselves to spread his teaching and bring the light to our darkness. Now, as far as I know, the preachers never said a word about attacking the unbelievers, but maybe they didn't have to. Make a man feel righteous, and there's no telling how far we go. What do they teach? Godless we punish, righteous we save. Need any help? Can you keep the ground in check and go in and get more men handled properly? Sure. The guards leave you in charge and quickly walks away. Go gets his hopes up and moves his step closer. The preachers aren't going nowhere, said William. We had enough of his stuff. So we can have laws and persuasion. The preacher would deal with in accordance with the laws of House Aurelian. Any attempt to rob our Lord is right. To dispense punishment would consider a grave insult, punishable removal of the offender's right arm. Alright, said William, spitting his narrow missing feet. Have your way. If we ever catch this in our neighborhood, he's ours. Let's wait for the crowd to leave and go inside. You see a man with tin-faced, narrow, aquiline nose and fire in his eyes. It must be a preacher. You haven't sent two men wrapped up and bloody. Who are you? Asked the preacher. We get some skill points this night. Friends, safe to come out now. The gods work miracle through you, my child. Much like they always do. It's a righteous man like you to make this worth saving. Thank you. That congregation. I can't even pronounce a word. Congregation? I don't know. Wanted to share their love for the gods with their neighbors, for it's a duty of every believer to bring the light of true faith into the hearts of others. Yes, apparently such roads are filled with perils. The faithful were attacked, spat on, knocked to the ground, and beaten. But to defend ourselves, but our greed isn't a militant one, and we fare poorly. All but these two lucky souls are dead now. Glad I could help then. We are not dead, and this dead we repent. Bring the word of your deeds to the city of Ganazar. Oh, that's the word that we hear through the helmet. Okay, so that's the house. With some skill points. Let's see if we can apply them. I do want to get 15 to get some of these street wire or something over here. So we do have a leishman for the Aurelian house. Also up to 5 with grasses over there. We lost a little bit with the Terran, the Rattan over here. Let's save us some more points. Okay, go this way. Go to the slum. Do we want it to go to the slum? I assume we don't have a choice. We might. Oh, let's go to the slums. What happened? You arrive at the infamous Madoran slums, greeted only by an oppressive silence settling around you. Filled glass figures pays you little notice as they pile to refuge, pile against dilapidated buildings, so you can feel hostile eyes watching you from the shadows. You're keenly aware even the guard has long since chalked this place up as lost. Their patrol routes avoid the squalid maze of collapsed buildings and makeshift shelter. The only authority in here is the Thieves' Guild. You can just make out the headquarters in the distance, the shadowed dome of the High Temple, an everlasting mockery that serves to remain a district fall from its grandeur. Let's go back for now. Let's make sure that we have decent standing with the Thieves' Guild. Two, not too bad. Well, I don't know if it's bad or not. I assume that's over here. But let's call it an episode here. I just wanted to record this so that if you following the series, you know that it's not been abandoned. And we'll continue on in the next episode and see if we can do something more interesting. So thank you very much for watching. Hopefully I'll see you again in the next episode. Have a nice day. Bye bye.